The greatest gift would be if you just died. I stood in the kitchen, palms sweating. Father sat on the couch, eyes cold. Isabella leaned against the doorframe, voice casual. I stepped back, feeling tightness in my chest. Isabella shrugged, saying, "You said it yourself, not me." I stared at the living room scene, heart racing. Father said we can't continue like this. Isabella nodded in agreement. I pressed against the kitchen counter, steadying my body. Memories of Mother's passing flashed behind me. The room held only the faint glow of my notebook. I wrote down Father's exact words, confirming reality. Fingers lightly touching the files, recalling past efforts. Tens of thousands spent on buying the house came to mind. Countless chores and allowance expenses overlapped. Father and Isabella had never truly thanked me. I gathered the food in my hands and left the kitchen. Climbing the stairs, feeling exhausted and tense. Empty bed sheets in the room cut through me. Mother's smile briefly appeared in memory. I opened the legal documents Mother left behind. The co-owner agreement lay quietly in the drawer. Mother had told me to keep these safe. The envelope also held emergency account info and passwords. I touched my savings account, ensuring security. In past months, Father used emergency funds, paying for luxury expenses and household shortfalls. I had not been told the money was taken. Father casually mentioned merging accounts. Isabella smiled in agreement. I realized they were trying to control my life. I calmly recorded every misappropriated number. Past holiday gifts and chores shadowed me. I recalled efforts during Mother's illness. Selling Mother's belongings to pay Father's house down payment. Daily expenses were almost entirely mine. Father and Isabella continued pretending nothing happened. I realized I was not powerless, I could fight back. Legally, my rights remained intact. I organized documents, ready to act and prove myself. Fingers tapped the keyboard, confirming lawyer contact. Rebecca Martinez answered firmly. I explained the situation, ensuring legal action was viable. The lawyer confirmed my co-owner rights were still valid. For the first time, I felt control over the situation. I planned to shock my parents with legal documents, while keeping my financial independence and freedom. I packed my bags, preparing to leave Denver. Every piece of clothing folded neatly, symbolizing self-reconstruction. Passport and luggage arranged, ready to depart. I sat in the lawyer's office arranging the house sale. Father and Isabella still pretending all was normal. I instructed the lawyer to issue a notice of intent to sell. Documents delivered to my parents, they started to panic. Unpaid utility bills caused power and water cuts. Christmas tree dark and empty, no celebrations. Isabella banged the fridge, shouting. Father looked pale, like a startled bird. I stayed calm, everything through legal channels. Checking accounts daily, ensuring control of funds. Parents powerless over frozen assets. I left Denver, flying to Paris. Arranging lodging, beginning a free life. Morning light poured into the apartment windows. I walked the streets, breathing city air. Feeling peace and independence I had never known. Parents constantly calling and messaging for help. I didn't answer, handled through legal representatives. The house finally sold. Parents received limited compensation. They had to start new lives, managing expenses. I found work teaching business English in Paris. Daily life structured, stable, financially independent. I realized revenge was not destruction but reclaiming freedom. Parents' panic and helplessness in Denver, a warning. Christmas alone with no one around. I gained real life rights and mental security. Past contributions not wasted, I regained control. Lawyer handled all matters, no need for personal intervention. I saw legal documents confirming my rights. Ana Rodriguez fully in control of her life. Paris streets and cafes became my new home. Freedom and peace symbolizing the greatest victory. Parents' fear and powerlessness formed a sharp contrast. I finally felt true independence and freedom. Every morning I walked along the Seine meditating. Breathing fresh air, feeling the warmth of sunlight. Fresh croissant smells drifted from corner bakeries. I bought coffee, sat by the window watching passers-by. Recording every subtle daily moment in my journal. Evenings I organized legal documents and accounts. Ensuring parents could not interfere with funds again. I practiced French and planned English lessons. Lucas smiled in video call seeing my independent life. Every day I scheduled work and study. Recording every expense, ensuring transparency. House sale funds secured in private account. I purchased furniture and essentials, creating a new home. Dining alone in Paris cafes, writing in my journal. Walking home under streetlights, feeling freedom. I made long-term plans for investments and savings. Ensuring future financial independence undisturbed. Legal documents filed and organized, ready for use. Reflecting on Denver experiences, I felt grateful and calm. Parents' control and threats became cautionary lessons. I posted plans and goals on apartment walls. Checking off daily tasks, calming my mind. Calls and messages filtered automatically, avoiding disturbance. Lucas video calls reassured me, seeing his smile. Apartment rented in quiet, safe neighborhood. Tree swayed in the breeze, sunlight dappled floors. I cooked in the kitchen, trying new recipes. Neighbors smiled greetings, I responded politely. I began writing, recording revenge and freedom experiences. Words clearly capturing every detail and feeling. Each night I checked bank accounts, ensuring fund security. Emails organized, saving evidence and documents. I arranged travel and vacation plans. Ensuring free life undisturbed. Weekends I attended language classes and cultural activities. Feeling Paris pace and independent atmosphere. Every walk I recorded street scenes and people observing. I realized revenge was not just right but freedom. Inner peace surpassing past anger and anxiety. Every day I controlled my own rhythm of life. Future plans clear, financially independent, legally protected. I realized true victory was controlling life. Safety and freedom became the greatest wealth. Every day writing journal, recording growth and experiences. Everything orderly, I felt secure. At night, lights flickering outside, I felt grounded. I enjoyed independence, bringing security. No longer bound by parents' fear or threats. Legal documents and frozen accounts formed a protective barrier. In Paris I felt unprecedented freedom. Every breath a proof of life and control. Ana Rodriguez fully owning her independent life. Parents in Denver isolated, powerless in contrast to my freedom. I felt real control and freedom in life. The future belonged to me and my chosen pace. Every day I saw goals and results clearly. Sunlight spilled on cafe tables in Paris streets. I sipped coffee, enjoying the joy of independent life. Legal documents, accounts, schedules, work organized. Each day a symbol of self-control and freedom. I knew true victory was total control of life. Past efforts not wasted, future full of hope. I closed my eyes, taking deep breaths, feeling calm. Gentle breeze outside, sunlight warming my heart. Parisian freedom and peace became the foundation of my life. In my new home I recorded every independent daily routine. Silently turning past lessons into strength. Planning, executing, recording, forming a safe cycle every day. I truly owned a life of freedom and control.